I'm joined now by my panel, Sky News contributor, former Liberal Minister in the Howard Government, Gary Hardgrave, and former Minister and current Nationals MP, Keith Pitt. Gentlemen, welcome. Marion Scrimshaw, Labor MP for the seat of Lingiari. So for people at home, that's basically all of the NT, but for Darwin. Darwin's the seat of Solomon. Talks a lot of common sense. Here she was earlier today speaking with Matt Cunningham. She wants, she says, more child protection and income management for the Territory.
Families have got to be managed through that process, and part of it means that they have to be income managed and not just 50% or 80%. They have to be 100% income managed until they can go through that process to show that they've turned their lives around with the interest of those children.
Now, Keith, as I said, she talks a lot of common sense, but help me understand, how is that comment there about income management any different from the scheme that used to be in place that they voted out only a few months ago? And surely Canberra doesn't need a voice. Canberra needs some bloody ears. That's the problem.
Well, she's just described the cashless debit card to a T, Peter, and the federal Labor government took it away. But good on Marion for stepping up. Absolutely having a crack. We'll see how long it takes before the Labor hierarchy crack down, line her up and threaten a pre-selection. But I mean, let's get real about this. This is a real problem. Since when was the safety of children less important than a cultural connection? Let's get the AFP in, let's get law and order under control. And I tell you what, here's a hot tip. If you're out there breaking the law, you're going to jail.
Well, interestingly, on this point, you know, Linda Burney last week was saying Peter Dutton was making everything a political football out of Alice Springs. Well, she ends up in Darwin over the weekend, staying in a hotel in Darwin, and a woman sadly was killed in a domestic violence incident, tragically stabbed, of course, just outside her hotel front door. This is the reality, Gary, and this is what they can't sort of wash over.
Yeah, and Peter, it's awful, whatever's happened there, and I hope the police investigate, interrogate and charge to the full extent of the law. But look, Peter, at the end, this government is filled with ministers who have sipped so much Kool-Aid that they are walking around in a stupor. They just cannot see what's occurring in front of their own eyes. And they just do not understand how out of step they are. Don't raise any detail about the voice. I will change a couple of words here. Maybe that'll trick people. The principle of dividing this country based on race is what is at the heart of this matter. And until these ministers start to realise that following this international left-wing agenda of creating division in a society that's been very harmonious and very successful at staying harmonious, and has penalised people fully. Everyone's treated equally before the law. Until we start to get ourselves back onto that table, then this government are going to let us down. They are walking around in a Kool-Aid-induced stupor. That's as simple as that.